wow skirt. Even for me, I can't believe I didn't put my little circular convex mirrors in this car. I just haven't driven this car that much because I've just been on the page. Do I flip it? I really don't. Financially, I don't really want to sell my cars. I really don't. But it's huge obligations. And so at some point I have to raise my hand and say, I had my fun and I have to move on. So, but in all fairness, for me, do I want to sell my Heritage GT500? Nope. Do I want to sell my regular GT500? Nope. Do I want to sell this Gold Rush Challenger? Nope. Do I want to sell the Charger Frostbite wide body? Nope. Do I want to sell the the Bronco Raptor? Nope. Do I want to sell the Power Boost? Nope. Do I want to sell my wife's Jeep Grand Cherokee L? Nope. Do I want to sell my kids' F450? Nope. Do I want to sell the Ram black truck? Nope. Do I want to sell the Ford Mustang GT white one that she has? Nope. Do I want to sell the white mega cab Ram 3500? Nope. So, do I want to sell the Ranger? No, I mean, but those are, like the Ranger Tremor. Would I par with it? Yeah, I would. The Mach-E, would I par with it? Yep, sure would. The Ram 3500 mega cab, if it was for the nice Raptor 37, yeah, I would. But other than that, these other cars I just talked about, these are just special, unique cars. I don't want to get rid of them. But it's a lot of money. It's very challenging to afford all this stuff. Anybody thinks that I just have the heyday of making money and managing all my money is just a cakewalk. You have no clue. You have no idea how challenging this is for me to make this work. Yes, extremely challenging. And that's the thing. Right now is not my better time of year in my business. And those guys, I'm like, there's no way I'm doing this deal because it's going to require huge amounts of money. It's like, I'm not doing it. And then the one guy's like, well, you always put just a little bit of money down. I said, well, factor 30 car dealers. Let's just say that 30 car deals that I put $5,000 down. That's $150,000. Yeah, hello? If I put $10,000 down, that's $300,000. Yeah, right. So, it's like, yeah, buddy, yeah, I don't, just get rid of all the cars and I'll just show up 6 months from now and just pay cash for one. Hey, I can figure that out. Yeah, I mean, sincerely, I got rid of all my cars and I starved myself with my car addiction for 6 months to a year. I'd just be walking to car dealerships and just write them a check and walk out the dealership and it's mine. Am I that smart? Nope. Yeah, should I have figured that out years ago? Yep. Did I? Nope. Oh well. Is what it is. Am I having fun? Yeah. I mean, come on. It's all about to have fun. Isn't it a fun factor? Yeah, it's a fun factor. And look at my speeds, and I'm not the fastest guy on the road. I mean, I'm just hanging with traffic. And people are blasting by me. Yeah, that's why it's so aggravating. If you get pulled over, you're just like, but I'm not the guy that's the fastest on the road. There's so many other people that are going incredible speeds all day long, but you're targeted. You are then the problem. Get out of the way from here. Here's all the road guys. Yikes. Right? So yeah, I'm just sharing. 20.9. If I kind of keep out of the foot of this damn thing, I'm going to be getting some damn good gas mileage. Right? So this car here is a 2,700 miles. The Charger is a 21. That car has 6,000 miles on it. Yeah. Difference of the two, somebody drove it, the other one didn't. And, I mean, sincerely, if I put 10,000 miles on this thing, is this thing's value going to be radically less? I don't think it will be. I think these cars are going to hold their value. I mean, I've seen Hellcats in the market 30, 40, 50,000 miles, still getting pretty damn good money. I mean, yeah, I mean, it's like, wow, that's incredible. Oh boy, stay And I just gunned it and went around a guy and looked in my review mirror. It's like, ooh, that ain't good. But it's incredible. These state troopers do 80, 90 miles an hour, and they'll come up on a guy doing 80 miles an hour, and they typically don't pull them. I mean, it is incredible. I guess for these state boys, they just are on the page, and they know the 90, 100 mile an hour guys out there, and they just rather screw with him, I guess. But yeah, no lie. There's a guy that's coming up on me now, but he's putting down the road. He went around me, then he slowed down. Who has these stories? Who has these stories? You're going down the road on you, and then he just slows down, and it's like, man, why did you just do that? So I just blasted out and got in front of him, and after I went around, I'm like, I look in my rearview mirror, like, oh my gosh, there's a state boy right back in the way. I'm like, yeah, you'll be watching a video. Iceman just got nailed. And I'd be like, oh my gosh, ridiculous. I gunned it to get around a car. Yeah, have you seen that? People are like, yeah, I've seen these videos before. Same, looks the same, but yesterday it was a little more overcast and 77 degrees. So the key to grass, if it doesn't get below freezing tonight, the grass is going to start getting some growth. Yeah, it's the whole grass cutting season. If it stays above freezing, the grass starts to grow. So depending on what the temperature is tonight, I tell you what, I think this could be the earliest season yet to be cutting grass. And what kind of sucks is when I go to Florida, that's the biggest challenge going to Florida is maintaining my grass. I'd be like, I just pay somebody else. Whatever. Forget it. Who cares? But the whole point is this year is such early spring break that, yeah, but I don't really want to be gone that long. I mean, spring break to Florida is so short. When I go to Florida, I could be down there a good 2-3 weeks. So I only go down for like a week. It's just so much work for, you just get down there. You're just borderline turning around and coming back because we'll leave like maybe on a Thursday because my kid has school. So leave on a Thursday, and then that's a whole day driving, and then we're there, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. But we'll probably head back the following Thursday because of all the stupid ass traffic on 95 that I don't want to be involved in. So we're really, as far as days being there, you're going to be Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. You're only there like 6 days. Those other days are just all driving. Yeah, I don't know. Part of me says to go to Tennessee. Yeah, I looked at the Florida Gator Nationals. I don't know if I go that or not. It's basically 2.5 hours one way to get there. So between driving there to get to the Gator Nationals and parking, admission, you're going to be at 3. It'll be like a 3-hour plus project. So there's just like 6 hours out of the day to go there. Because I'm not going to stay there in a hotel. I'd only go there for one day, which that would probably be the Sunday for the finals. So I don't know. The challenge is I'm going to drive down Thursday to get up Friday morning and drive, spend 6 hours of my day back down the wheel of a car. No way. That ain't going to happen. And then Saturday to go there, so I don't know. I get mixed feelings on that. It's a lot of work. All right, we're getting closer in. A lot of talk, and I just like to talk. That's my channel. I like to throw out ideas. And that's what it's all about. Sharing my silliness of who I am and craziness of I am. I mean, I know anybody here on my YouTube channel, if I went ahead and bought that Raptor truck, I know for a lot of you, I'd be like, this is insane. This guy just sold his Raptor truck, beautiful truck, for the power boost, and he's back just buying the same damn truck. But actually, in some ways, I don't think it looks as good as the one he had. Yeah, I know that. I get it. So, I'm with you. Yeah, the black one would be better to buy back, but I'm not doing that. So, yeah, but you never know. That's the challenge of my life is if back there they would have said my Mach-E is worth 10 grand more than it's worth, if they would have sold me the truck that sticker, then there is where I kind of start thinking, well, okay, I got the truck. I didn't pay ADM. And yeah, I'm 10 grand less than I was last year, but to a degree, I'm kind of even because they're giving me a truck for a deal. So, I don't know. I can trade out of that and I can get that in place. Well, there you go. So that's kind of how I operate. And just like that extended F-150 Raptor truck that's got the rear end blown out, my thoughts are, if I can take my Ford Ranger truck and trade for that, would I? Yeah, it's just, for me, it's all about the numbers. What's the excitement factor? What drives me to go like, oh, okay, this makes a lot of sense. Or it's like I just said, and what I do, a little trick I do for anybody out there that's trying to negotiate doing deals on cars, what I do is I look at the guy and say, look, forget your numbers. Just forget, let me just plug in my numbers, and I understand you're not agreeing on my numbers, but I got to come to closure of what I would even sit here and try to negotiate with you if it even makes sense. So what I do is I say, okay, this is my trade. So to give you an example, they were at 51 on the trade on my Mach-E. I know I can get 52 out of them, maybe 53, maybe, which is still way too low. So I said, okay, being diplomatic, I'll just say you give me my car for 55 grand, the Mach-E. That was a $72,000 car, all right? Then I say, for your Raptor that you're wanting 81,889 for, let's just say you sell it to me at that price. And let's just plug those numbers in. And so that's what we did. We plugged all those numbers in. And they know me personally well enough that I'm not going to expect that's the deal I'm going to get. But let's just look at that number. And just looking at that number and that truck, the numbers made no sense at the end of the day. It's like these numbers, it's like, no. Because I've lost so much value on that Mach-E that there's negative equity in that Mach-E that now I'm going to have to write a big check to get out of it, and I'm not going to do that. That's not who I am. So that's why it's like, no. Now, they said, oh, your car's worth 65, and we'll sell you the truck at 81, and there's really no negative equity, then I'd be like, wow, yeah, all right, now we're talking. Yeah, now we're talking. Okay, this starts to make sense. And that's just how I operate buying cars. Yeah, right. All right. Hey, we're at 21.2. I didn't do too bad. I really kept it tamed. I didn't get too crazy on my driving antics, because you can. Start driving these cars and you start getting into them, that's what happens. Then it just continues. It just continues the momentum of you getting aggravated. It's what it is. It just gets you all revved up. And so all of a sudden you just start driving more aggressively. And then guess what happens? Yeah. The guy with the lights on is behind you, and you realize you've made a huge mistake. Yeah. Right. Is the grass already growing? It is. Look at that. Look at the fields. Look at this. The greenery is here, man. I have to say, in all the years I've lived in this area, which is now 43 years, if we don't get any snow and we consider to see 50-degree days and you start seeing 70-degree days, I'm going to just say straight up that this was the mildest winter that I've ever been exposed to living here. I'd have to say this would go down as a record on, the nicest winter ever. All right, enough yabba dabba doing. Can you hear the car? Does your car sound pretty cool? How does that sound, right? You can hear that supercharger big time. And that's the fun factor. See, my 21.2 miles per gallon, that'll start to disappear very quickly if I really start getting into this thing. And I got it in 8th gear. That's what I'm doing. I'm managing the sport mode I'm overriding where she wants to be down a lower gear, and I'm bringing her up to 8th gear in the paddle shifters. So that's what's this car needs a bath, really. Believe it or not, hard to believe, but yeah, the car needs a bath. The wheels need to be clean. The Charger needs a bath. I mean, even as cars are clean, but they're not. That's a motivation project, but beautiful weather. All right, I'll cut it off here and we'll wrap it up here in a second. Always like the bridge. The bridges. Sometimes you get a little echo out of these cars. Yeah. Dangerous car is your very high speeds and the cop sits up around the corner. But I'm not the fastest one out here. All right, a lot of things going on this road, man. It's such a dangerous road. I'll never forget, so many years ago, this has been like 1999, I had a Ram 3500, and I had a Dodge Dakota truck, and one of my guys that worked for me, we were coming back, late in the evening. We just had done a new radio in a truck, and something else to his truck, and it was crazy. I came down here and I passed. This is a legal passing area, but I knew cars were up the way. Well, my guy that worked for me, he followed me. Oh my God, that was so nerve-wracking. I don't know why the hell he did that. So he followed me, and it was close. That's where it's one of those stories where very early in my career, I could have been in a major lawsuit. Or look at this here. So this guy's broken down. I could have been a major, fatality lawsuit with my business because one of my employees just took it upon himself to think, since I went out and went around a car that was going slower, that he could do the same thing. And it was at evening time, where it's just like, wow. I literally pulled back in the lane, and just shortly after I pulled back in the lane, my guy got behind me, and the car goes by me, and I'm just like, it's so, these 2-lane roads, they're so dangerous. It's just bad. Challengers, you see a lot of challengers. When you drive your own car, you start to notice more of somebody else driving your car, if you know what I mean. Just like the color. When you go by a funky color, all of a sudden you start seeing all these other colors that you never paid attention to before. Like, yeah, everybody's got that same color. Oh, the information age of such misinformation. It doesn't end. So it's interesting that there at Coons Baltimore Ford, I hear the conversation about how the tax break has changed, and that's killed the sale of the Teslas and the Mach-E's. But that's not what I'm reading. My understanding is that the government at the last second rewrote the interpretation of tax breaks, and my understanding is that the Mach-E's do qualify for the up to $7,500 rebate. So that's so, I don't understand. I just think that so many people hear things and they don't actually, like the gentleman there, a really cool guy. I was talking to him about the nickel cobalt magnesium or manganese battery pack is going to be kind of phased out over time to the new lithium iron phosphorus battery cell pack. And his impression was it's a more powerful battery pack. I'm like, no, it's a less powerful battery pack. It's a heavier battery pack, but it's a cheaper battery pack, and it can be recharged faster, and it has a longer life cycle of lasting from all the recharges. So for the gentleman there, and nothing against him, I'm just sharing on information, that his interpretation is Ford is going to go to that lithium iron phosphorus battery pack because it's going to make the vehicle have a longer range and more power. No, it's totally opposite. It'll have less range and less power. It'll be heavier, but it'll be a less expensive battery pack, and it'll enable you to recharge the battery quicker, and it'll be for the consumer, they'll be able to buy an electric car at a cheaper price, and blah blah blah. So it's just, once again, it's all about information. My daughter comes home the other day and goes, hey, that Irish Spring butter, that Irish butter you buy at Sam's Club? I'm like, yeah. And she's like, well, that stuff has chemicals in it that are harmful to your health. Forever chemicals. I'm like, really? So I'm like, where'd you hear that? So then I'm like, wow, that really sucks. Now, from the immediate, and I was like, I don't think they're understanding what that message is. From the little research I did, my interpretation is it's the wrapping paper, like in the sticks, that how they ship the product and sell the product is the challenge. It's not the actual butter that has the harmful ingredients in it. It's how the product is stored. And so it says that the stick bars, yes, but the tub bars, the plastic container tub bars that I buy, it doesn't have that forever ingredient in that, so that's not the case. Now, but I could be wrong because I did just a limited amount of research, but that's what I interpreted. But I was saying, why isn't Costco and Sam's Club pulling all this stuff off their shelves if it's a toxic product? Yep, here we go. Here he is. So now, this is the most challenging part of me driving these roads. I come back in, and the last like 3 miles is always somebody is the lead car or a person in front of me, and they putt down the road. They don't go the speed limit. You know, they don't do speed limit. So, and it's been like this for 40 years. I should say 30 years. Look at that house. Pretty rough shape, right? Yeah, and I was telling you the other day that a man named Jim Athey, who sold me my farmhouse, really great guy. He's right over in the back there in that black marker, and his wife has joined him, and then his son Mike and his other son Mitchell are there too, and they were drug addicts. And the one son was around my age, the other son a little older than me, but they're dead because of their drug habits. Yeah. The one was in the mental institution for a while, and so yeah, just challenges, and they owned all that property. So I wonder who's living up there now. And they own that property over there, and so I wonder what the living will, or they shouldn't say the living will, or what the will money. How did that play out? So it's just the daughter and the son now. So there's 4 kids, 3 boys and 1 daughter, Michelle and Mark. So now Michelle and Mark, did they get the big windfall? So when Jody passed, she just passed like a month ago, did they get the big payout? What's the big payout? I have no idea. See, there's a way up there in the hill. An old stone, I think, house. That's all their property. Yeah, all this side here. Oh my goodness gracious, the wealth, incredible, the wealth. I would imagine millions. How is their life now? Is their life better? Are they gonna go spend all the money? I know them very well. I can't see it. I don't see it. I don't see it. Mark, really good guy. I don't see him. He's a guy that money just sit in the bank account. He'll never do anything. He'll ride around his pickup truck and hang out for the locals. But will he go travel the world? I can't see it. And will he go out and start buying fancy cars and trucks and boats? Nope. We just can't see it. Then Michelle, I don't know. I could see her probably having some lifestyle, but this is the good old family, the good old country, just the good old boys club and gals club. So I just can't see those people being they didn't have that type of lifestyle. So I just can't see that they convert to that. But who knows? You never know. All right, and another adventurous day, and driving around in cars and trucks. That's what I do. That's my life. Live behind the wheel of a car. Then I get bored of it. Then I get rid of it. That's my challenge. Yeah, that's who I am. The Iceman. So, what do we do next? I don't know. Call it the day. We'll see. All right, do we wrap it up with a little blast? I mean, I don't even know how to use this damn stuff because I never used it. So I have no idea. So, you know, if I go for the launch here, you know what I mean? So we go there and do that and do this here. And so we try to do a complete stop. They say put it in second gear. Second gear is your shift. Let's see what happens. Yeah, we're all over the place. I hit too many gears. So when I get there, so 60 foot 1.74, how was that? Yeah, so I hit it too much. I just don't do this stuff. That's my challenge. I need to. Wasn't too bad, I guess. So yeah, so I kind of shut it down back there. Oh well, I just thought I'd share you a little fun time. And yeah, just so much information to get all these cars dialed in. That's what you have to do. I mean, you literally have to massage these cars. And today, I mean, this is not the right tires, the temperature, you know, just something in our back. What did the kid take today? The kid said she's going to go to the gym, and that's interesting because she's back home. Wow, all right. Anyway, the story of the day, what's the adventures, right? And yeah, am I the drag man? I'm not. But anyways, thanks for watching my channel. Appreciate all the support. And yeah, so look at that. That's damn. I don't even know. All right, let me get out of here. And I guess we'll see you in the morning. Thanks for watching Ice TV. Wow. Just that little stint. Listen to this thing up front. What's that? Is that the inner chiller? Look at that. That's that inner chiller. Intercooler chiller. That pretty cool? It is. It's a great car. There's a guy down there jogging. Look at that. Uh-oh. Gotta go back. I'm taking too long. Oh, I just can't shut up. I get it. You know, I got to thinking yesterday, I forgot to mention today. Yeah, hold on. This Ram truck is going to beat the Ram TRX. I mean, if you think about it, this thing's got the tuner on it. It's piped. I'd have to say this truck. What do you think? Anybody out there watching my channel? Do you think this truck would take the Ram TRX? I think it would.
Yeah, but Dad,
This thing has like 1,000 foot-pounds. What happened to you, kid?
did you go by Coons Baltimore Ford?
I sure did. Got a whole video. Want to watch it?
What did you do?
3 hours. Drove different cars and trucks and left without buying anything. Oh, they had a nice F-150, that blue one last night I showed you, but it can't run. It doesn't. The rear end's broken on it.
What?
That extended cab F-150 Raptor truck.
Right, but what do you mean it's broken?
Yeah, just that. It's broken.
So it's not drivable.
Right. And then I drove a really pretty, nice Azura gray Raptor. Beautiful car. But, you know, there's just nothing there. So I just had to go by and say hey and do my thing. And there we go. We did our YouTube video. But I think this thing would beat a Raptor TRX. I mean, a Raptor, a Ram TRX. Well, it'd beat the Raptor probably too. What do you think?
Yeah, it's fast.
I mean, you bust loose, right?
Yeah. I gave Ginger and Scout bad.
Oh, that's awesome. Let me go check them out.